talk about.
Could it be the MS Walk?
Yeah, I think that's usually what we do this time of the episode, so let's do that.
Has that been on your mind for the last 11 years?
Well, yeah, it has been the last 21 months, and quite frankly, you know, the last 11 years.
It
The
did.
National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare-ups of the central nervous system. Such flare-ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world. They're investing more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1-800-344-4867. Once again, 1-800-344-4867. Or you can go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Importantly, and for the last time I'm going to say it this year, we are still raising money for the National MS Society through a Venture to a Cure. It's a fundraising effort that is associated with the Walk MS Media 2022 that was held in Media, Pennsylvania on April 22nd, 23rd, actually. I think I know this by now. An incredible organization, an incredible event. We raised a lot of money, and this is the last day of the fundraiser. So if you're interested in raising money for the National MS Society or adding to the cause, it is rebrand.ly/adventure to a cure. Once again, rebrand.ly/adventure to a cure. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who have gone to the National MS Society to donate money to the National MS Society, to learn more about multiple sclerosis, to help the cause. But even those that just went for learning more about the demyelination and multiple sclerosis itself. It touches me and over to 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. And we appreciate all of you. And on that,
it's time to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Rex, what the heck are we doing in Denver? And moreover, how did you end up in that DoorDash bag? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. But I know one thing. It's time to talk about anything and everything because this is Man Talks.
Or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to VF Talks, live from Portland, and a hotel room overlooking the 14th floor. But you know what's really funny? This character, who made it with me all the way to Portland. Rex, how was the flight for you? Was it good? Oh, he always has something to say, doesn't he? Always has something to say. Like he wasn't happy with the flights. He wasn't happy with the crew. Whatever. Rex, whatever. Good evening. I hope all of you are doing well on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Let's see who wins the door prize for this evening. And that would go to Enda Trading, who says, yo to yourself. Hope you're doing well. We also have Laura, who says, hello, guys. Laura, hope you're doing well. She's over on Facebook, over on YouTube as well. We have Marilyn, who says, hi, Laura, with a wave and a purple heart on YouTube. And we say hi to you, Marilyn. Hope you're doing well. We have Michelle from Canada on YouTube, who says hello with hearts around a smiley face and a Canadian flag. Michelle, hope you're having a great evening. We have Steve Claflin, John Claflin. You know, reading's fundamental. Who says straw? He's on YouTube. Hope you're doing well, Steve. And Michelle says, I could listen to that song all day. You and me both. And then, you know, we all know who this guy is. This guy is Awesome Fun Things. I know him. You know him as Matt Haas. Hey, Matt, how are you?
I'm great, JV. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well.
Excellent. And my neighbor is mowing the lawn.
Right at the most opportune time.
Can you hear that? Yeah. I don't know. It's dark out. There's no sun in the sky. He's mowing.
I guess there's a time and a place, right?
Let me turn up the volume here. Okay. Gosh.
At some point, you have to mow the lawn when it's dark outside.
You know, maybe that's a thing.
Maybe
You never know. How's Oregon?
Oregon is fantastic. I am having a great time in Oregon.
Are you going to come home or are you going to live there?
You know, you're like the fifth person who asked that question.
Well,
just because I'm having a good time doesn't mean I'm not going to come back home. Of course I'm going to come back home.
Yeah. You know what they don't have in Oregon? Hershey Park.
That's right.
Yeah, so
they don't have Hershey Park. They have other things here, but they don't have Hershey Park.
That's true. Sure. They don't. Nope.
You know, there's an interesting situation, hence the name of this particular installment of the award-winning VF Talks, in that the case of the missing phone. And fortunately, for all intents and purposes, I have my phone, thank God. But a funny thing happened Wednesday. I was getting a Uber ride from PDX to Beaverton, hotel room in Beaverton. And sometimes Uber asks you for a PIN code. You give them the PIN code, but put the phone right next to me, to the left of me. Get to Beaverton, get to the hotel room. I get my bags, but I forget a very important piece. Forgot my phone.
Forgot my phone.
I didn't realize it for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Dude, if I'm away from my phone for 5 minutes, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so, but I think I was so busy thinking about unpacking, but also what's going on Sunday. My mind's been obsessed with what's going on in under 48 hours.
So how'd you get it back? I presume you called the phone and spoke to whoever had it.
So what is interesting is my phone had very little battery left because I was traveling 12 hours of flights, connections, all that. So my phone was next to nothing. I didn't realize there was something going on until about 45 minutes later. I'm frantically going to Uber on my laptop. Help, I lost my phone, I lost my phone, I lost my phone. About 3 hours pass. I get an email back from Uber saying, oh, the driver says that the phone isn't in his car. So now I'm thinking, I got to file an insurance claim. I got to figure out how do I get a phone quickly? Because let's face it, as some of you who run races know, we need a phone. We need a phone. It helps us, either give us music or it helps us track. We got the GPS and all that outside of the watch. So I need my phone outside of the fact that, people call me and I still do work. And sometimes I check my work. Yes, I'm doing work even though I'm on vacation, right? So anyhow, 3 hours later, phone's not in the car. I'm frantically saying, did a passenger take the phone? Did someone take the phone? The next passenger after that. I sleep overnight not knowing a thing. So now at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to the AT&T store. I'm like, how the heck am I going to do this? No joke. 1 o'clock.
Well, couldn't you just buy a new phone and then just download everything from iCloud? You'd be ready to go.
That's all in all, very good point. And normally I would do that, but we're in a very interesting situation right now in the iPhone saga because we're waiting for the 14 Pro Maxes to come out. I'm waiting for that, and I don't want to necessarily buy a 14 or a 13 Pro, and I don't have a phone, and I have a way of communicating with my laptop. So I have a
I presume.
Go ahead.
Are all the 14 Pro Maxes on back order?
Yeah.
Because I mean they've been released. I presume they're hard to find.
Yeah. The latest set I saw was it wasn't available till mid-October. And it would be a delivery. It's like I can't wait for that. And I don't want to buy a phone for the sheer fact of buying a phone and getting it back. Yeah. So it was complicated. I was going through every single permutation in the back of my mind. 1 o'clock the next day on Thursday, I get an email from Uber saying that. So actually, it was more than that. I'm backtracking a bit. I put in one more request to talk to the driver. Uber gets back to me, driver says that 2 passengers later took the phone, thought it was theirs, and needless to say, he's working to get the phone back and give it to you. All things were basically taken care of. After worrying about my phone for about, almost 24 hours, it was craziness. I didn't sleep well. I'm still feeling the effects of that.
Did he drive it to the hotel?
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Did you give him a big old tip?
I gave him $10.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. See, the thing is, Matt, he told me that a passenger took it, but am I to believe that? He realized it's a 12, so that this has no value, and give it back to him. Could have been down. Who knows?
Yeah.
But he did the right thing. He brought it back to me, and all taken care of. But
great. Glad
Marilyn
you got
brings
it back.
up a good question. I don't you have Find My iPhone on your phone? I do. The problem is that the phone was out of juice, and I kept on hitting it over and over and over again, and it was showing the same spot for about 12 hours, which was about 3 miles away. So I don't know if it was just a stuck signal. I have no idea. But yeah, I do have the Find My iPhone. I was hitting the Find My iPhone button like to basically make a noise.
Yeah.
It was just ugly. It was very ugly.
Well, dude, glad that was resolved. Glad you didn't have to buy the 13 when the 14 is the new hotness,
But Apple can find it for you. I lost mine. They did. Yeah, I'm sure they did. You're also talking to someone who had very little sleep, who was on 12 hours worth of flights, and just was trying to basically make sense of everything. It was a very taxing day. It was a very taxing night. It was a very taxing day. It was just craziness.
Yeah. People are like, "Oh, traveling is glamorous." I'm like, then you got to deal with issues like this, and yeah, how glamorous is it now?
Right. Then you got Triceratops looking over your shoulder.
I can't believe you traveled with him again, Rex.
Yeah. You see what I do for you? You see that?
My dog has a Triceratops doggy toy. A squeaker toy.
How does he like the Triceratops squeaky toy?
She bites it.
She bites it, right?
Yeah, she bites it hard. She's a little ravenous, little blood drunk puppy.
Marilyn says, sorry you had to go through that, John. Thank you, Marilyn. Appreciate it. And Laura says, good luck, John. Thank you. Honestly, Matt, I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I'm very nervous about Sunday.
Well, there's no exercising until Sunday, right? Can't you take it easy and kind of, or how's that
Really?
work?
Really? You sure about that?
You don't want to be running 12 miles right before you run
I'm
a
not running 12
marathon.
miles. I did run. I don't say run. I'll put that in air quotes. I did run a little bit yesterday or day before. I did 3, and I did 6 miles on the elliptical machine today.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe you're doing this, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if something happens and you can't finish it, like, don't sweat it, because you never know what could happen along the way. But
the way I look at it is this, Matt. I win for just showing up. I win for the fact that I've gotten myself to a place where I'm running a marathon, right?
All right. Thumbs up for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I win again if I finish it. 7 hours or less. I win if I finish. And then I as I said to someone, I would be beyond cloud 9 if I can match the pace I had in Cary, the half marathon, and run it in 6 hours. And I would be crying, literally crying, if I could beat 5.5. I don't think that'll happen. I just want to finish, right? I want to finish now. That's where I am. Michelle says, you got this, John. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. Laura says the same. She says, you got this, John. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Laura. We got LT over in Utah who gives me a high 5. He says, so proud of you, bro. Thank you, LT. Appreciate it. This is happening. This is happening.
What's the meal going to be before a run? Like, talk about that. Eat some spaghetti, or how's that work?
No, that's all cliche. I probably there'll definitely be carbs tomorrow, but they won't be complex carbs. They won't be everybody talks about the big pasta dinner before a marathon. I'm not doing that. I'll definitely eat oatmeal. I'll definitely do things that are light as far as the carbohydrate load. I'll definitely be eating fruit, as I have been eating fruit in the last 90 days, but nothing out of bounds, not anything that's going to create any sort of havoc, gastrointestinal havoc, over a 26.2 mile race. Now, that said, after the race, that's a different story. After the race, there might be a reservation at a certain restaurant that we both know very well. But that's after the race. That's not before. Yeah. LT says, love it. LT also says, and what are your snacks along the way? There's going to be some gels, plenty of gels. There's going to be, I'm probably going to fill the bladder of my backpack with some water with electrolytes, but nothing too terribly filled in that backpack. There will be hydration stations and snacks every mile along the race. So if I need something, if I need gels, if I need this, I could pick up some as I get along this. They made it very adamant that there is going to be plenty of aid stations and plenty of refreshment tables or hydration tables.
What do they have, like granola bars or something?
Yes, yes, there are, and bananas. But I won't be grabbing a banana.
No bananas.
We know what happened last time. We know what happened last time.
And she left it there.
And she left it there. It's exactly right.
How dare.
LTC, that's what LT says. That's what I did. I ate a little and drank every hour. Yeah, that's what you do. And honestly, there's water stations, hydration stations, and it's my game plan. It's a beautiful route. I'm here to enjoy this route. It's you traverse all of Portland, cross 4 bridges, and go through a zoo and a college, and it's an incredible route. But there's also the business of actually walk, jog, running this as well. LT's laughing about the whole banana, as I like to call Banana Gate 2022. Very interesting story, Matt. I sent a letter to the organizers of the Cary Half Marathon. I said I would not be doing Portland if it wasn't for the race back in March. And they quickly got back to me, I think like an hour or two later, saying, "We remember you. We're so glad you're doing Portland. We're looking forward to seeing you again next year in Cary." And then they sent me basically a shot of the webpage with my time, which was 2:54:19, and a picture of me running with a banana.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
There are multiple pictures with me in a bit. Let's face it, I was running with a banana the second half of the half marathon in Cary. That was 6.5 miles of John running with a banana. Paul T asks, what do you reach for in your mind when your body is screaming you can't make it? I try to put myself in sort of a Zen-like mode. So when you're deep into cardiovascular activity, you know there's a place you can go as far as getting your mind away from the pain and just thinking of something that's completely different that makes you forget about it. I think about basically where I was 3.5 years ago. I think about I've come a very long way. I think about things numerically on how I can finish the race. I start doing math. That's a big shocker, isn't it? That's what I usually go to. I either get myself into arithmetic, calculus, and geometry in the back of my mind, or I think about where I came from.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Then in the case of tomorrow, on Sunday rather, I'll be thinking about Fogo. So there's that.
There you go.
Just saying, meat is meat. We love our meat, don't we?
You want to finish because you want the Fogo.
That's right. I want that grilled cheese with the honey on top, top special, top sirloin, house special, bottom sirloin, all that.
Yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it.
Oh, yeah.
I will eat it all.
I will eat it all, and I will enjoy every single second of it. I will. That's what's going to happen. I got interesting plans for tonight.
Do tell.
Have you ever heard of a band called Pomplamoose?
Yes. Big fan.
So Natalie Dawn, who is the lead singer of Pomplamoose, is doing a tour of her solo work. So she does French songs, she does her own stuff. She'll sing some Pomplamoose stuff as well. She's actually playing over at Polaris Hall, which is about 3 miles away from here. So
Will
she's
Jack
playing
be with
tonight
her?
at 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Looking forward to it. I'm so happy she's here in town while I'm here because I'm a big fan of Pomplamoose and I'm a big fan of Natalie.
So this is no Jack.
I don't think Jack will be there. Although you never know, Jack might be there. Who knows? But it is a tour with her name. It's a Dawn for Dawn. It's a tour for Natalie Dawn, not Pomplamoose per se.
I know he does like 1 day a month for Pomplamoose because he's a busy guy.
Jack is Jack, right?
He's busy running his company into the ground.
That's right. LT says, love it. It's a great place to be. Not many will understand. So good for this whole. Yeah. There was a time, I would say not early in the run, but I think towards the second year of this where I was able to pull off, I would say 90 minutes to 2 hours on an elliptical machine. My mind would get into that Zen place and I just think about things. I would think about the math of it. I would think about, just getting myself to a better place, but also very appreciative of where I came from. So yeah, it is an incredible place to be if you can get your mind into that sort of realm. We got Des from Australia who says, good morning, everyone, over on Facebook. Des, good morning. Glad you are here. Good to see you, my friend.
Hi, Des. Didn't see your comment come in because as the co-host, I'm only looking at the YouTubes. But hey, glad you're here.
Have you ever done a big race or any sort of long?
I did a 1K.
Okay.
And it was one of the fun ones with inflatable obstacles. Yeah. And there was one guy in the inflatable T-Rex suit, and he did it in that. So that was kind of funny. As a matter of fact, if you go on to Awesome Fun Things, the YouTube channel, one of my first videos is me at that run. But we mostly just walked it and did the obstacles. No actual running. But, you know.
Honestly, Matt, that's what I'm looking to do on Sunday. I mean, we always talk about, when you do these marathons, you talk about a negative split. You want to start off slow and then build over time. And honestly, that's my strategy. They actually ask you what sort of corral do you want to be placed in? What sort of pace do you think you're going to run? And I just was very conservative. I would say 15 minute mile. So I'm with walkers pretty much.
There you go. That was
And
a
if I
fun time. I
decide
actually
to,
went around and I interviewed people because I had my iPhone or whatever, and I started talking to the teams that were in like all coordinated costumes, and because it was a fun thing. It was primarily fun. It wasn't a serious like runner event, and yeah, that was a good experience. I'm like, this was a lot of fun. I should make a YouTube channel about doing fun stuff. And I haven't looked back since.
and history was made.
Yeah.
So when are you running your next big race? Can I run it with you? Asking for a friend.
Yeah. When I know, you'll know.
Okay, fair enough.
There's
LT
a
says I would put down it would take me 8 hours, ended up taking me 10 hours. Yeah,
wowzers.
as far as a run is concerned.
Like, how long is too long? They're like, okay, we're shutting down shop.
There are two ways of knowing it's too long of time. One, you collapse or you're having physical problems where you cannot run further and you need help and you can't even trudge along. That would be one. The second would be the race organizer saying you're going behind the pace of the race and we actually would like to go home because we have lives. So they just give you an escort to the finish line. Don't worry, we're glad you're here. Here's some sort of medal. We're glad you made it, but we have to take you to the finish line.
Where they round you up on a bus?
Yeah, right. It's the paddy wagon. They put you in the back of the paddy wagon. They actually, it's a fun little touch for Portland. They actually handcuff you, and they put you in the back of the paddy wagon, and it's great. Hey, if I can't make it, I know at least I'll be treated well. Right. LT says I biked in the mountains, 46.2 miles, 11,000 feet of elevation climb. Hot damn. He also goes on and says it's the hardest thing he's ever done.
Wow.
And he says, bless you. Bless you, LT. Bless you, my friend.
Good deal.
You think I could ask the race organizers just to throw me in the paddy wagon even if I do finish on my own volition? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, ride on one of the motorcycles halfway and then get on
Right.
the paddy wagon and then go back.
Michelle says, super excited for you, JV. We are all with you in spirit. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that.
Well, you will have to let me know if the experience is super terrific and awesome.
Well, if it's super terrific and awesome, then I will definitely give you a report on that for sure.
Fabulous.
LT says, take a GoPro. That requires me making an investment. I just want to finish the darn thing. But yes, I would take a GoPro without question. And
yeah,
LT
multiple
also says,
batteries
so for you
and
with a 100 next
multiple
to it.
cards. Multiple.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a lot
SD
of
cards, yeah.
Media. I mean, if anyone's in the greater Portland, Vancouver area and wants to drive down and videograph. Wow, that's not even a word, John. Take video of some of this. It'd be really awesome.
Hey, Marilyn W's here. Hi, Marilyn.
Matt's new YouTube channel, Awesome Lilo. Is that the name of it, you think?
Yep. That could be my new YouTube channel, all about my puppy.
Des asks, do they have donut stands every mile? No, every other mile. And when you finish, Voodoo Donuts gives you, I think, either 1 or 3 donuts of their incredible collection. Voodoo Donuts is the thing here in Portland. So there are donuts on the line here.
They give you 1 of 3, or they give you 3?
I think they give you 3.
Oh, wow.
I said 1, or I think they give you 3 if I think about it.
Okay. Hey, that's a nice perk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I can dig it.
Damn straight you can. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this feels a bit foreign for me, Matt, because I've been doing this show how long? 2 years now? 2.5 years? Something like that.
Something like that.
This is the first time I've done the show standing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I think, it's like I'm standing, I'm trying to get used to, centering myself in frame. So that's why I feel a little tongue-tied even going through the disclaimer. But like I'm liking this.
When you're hosting, things kind of throw you off. Like the weirdest, tiniest little thing can kind of really do something to you. Yeah. Next time you stand, you got to get the camera up higher because you're looking up at yourself. It's an awkward angle. Oh, so much better.
So you just want me to hold this for the rest of the show? I could do that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
No, don't, because it's shaky. No shaky cam.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
I'm already having stomach issues. If there's shaky cam, we're gonna end.
We're not gonna do that. We know what happens to you on the Candemonium. We're not gonna do that to you. Des says you run 25 miles for 3 donuts. No, Des, you're wrong. I run 26.2 miles for 3 donuts. Get it right, Des. 26.2 miles, not 25.
Okay, so now here's the thing. How far do you have to walk to get to where you need to go? Like, is it like, how far away is the entrance to where you're at? Like, how much exercise does it take to get to the venue?
That's a very good question. It will probably involve a quick streetcar ride over there. So we got the trains over here, and I might just do that instead of walking it. Because let's face it, if I'm going to be jogging, running 26.2, I'm.
Yeah, I would want to be dropped off 25 feet from where the starting line is.
That would be ideal, Matt. That would be really ideal. In fact, if you can get me right to the start line of the corral, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Because you have to save every little piece of energy. Like, can you rent a wheelchair and then hire someone to wheelchair? No, I'm serious.
Like a hover round? Do you want to rent me a hover round, Matt? I hear you could see the Grand Canyon from a hover round. I've seen the commercials. It's true.
Sorry, I thought my refund came in from my iPhone, which I turned back into Apple, but it didn't. And oddly enough, finally, it did. It just 6 minutes ago. I knew it. And here's the thing. I've got a beef. I got a beef with Apple.
You want to go single on this so you could talk? No, let's do that.
Yeah.
Here you go.
So on Apple Pay, the pending line items do not have a minus sign or an absence of a minus sign. So if it's a pending charge or a pending refund, there's no way they look identical. But after the pending item went through, then it has the plus sign on it. So that was very confusing because it looked like I was getting charged $530 because it was pending. But now that it went through, it says plus $530. So that's it. So Apple, on the pending status, you need to put the plus or minus next to the values. But
Otherwise, you don't know.
So that's
Am
it.
I giving it to you, or are you taking it from me?
I know.
Are you giving
Now,
it to
I
me,
knew.
or you know what I meant?
I knew because I was because I don't have a lot of activity on there. But like if I would charge, get lost in the line items, like I knew exactly what that was. But hey, just if Apple could just put that on their development roadmap, that would be good.
By the way, going back to getting me to the start line or the corral, Des is completely with you on that one. A wheelchair or a hover round.
Hey, we have Sha-La-La-La
We got
Productions.
Rob over on YouTube. It says, "Hey JV and Matt. Hey, how are you, man?"
I like Rob's posts because he always posts family photos on his timeline. His brother, his mom, his dad, or his mom and dad and his brother. It's kind of like a one big happy Lee family over there in Massachusetts. 10 miles from Cambridge. It's good. I like it. I dig it. I dig the social medias. I'm a fan of the social medias.
Big fan of the Soch.
Faux show.
Faux show.
So I have a choice to make. Saturday, do I record my piano song or do I start my construction project? Or do I do neither and just veg out all day?
I think you have Lilo play the piano because that looks adorable.
Yeah. Oh, you on my Facebook wall? Yeah.
LT says, "Off to the gym we go. Love you all. Kick ass, JV. Great video and audio co-host." And LT is voting for piano.
Okay. I'm fine. I finally got that song dialed in. So smooth now. It was a fight. I leapt forward on my abilities with this song because I should have done many intermediate songs to work up this, but like, nope, I like that sound. I like that song. I'm going to go for it. And it's just, it took a long time to get where I am. I hope I can pull
Rob
it
says,
off.
"Got to give the folks what they want to see. In this case, the family." And then he also he voted none of the above. By the way, Rob says, "Binge watch password."
Okay.
So Alan Ludden, yeah.
Wow.
Or Bert Convey if you're talking super password.
Yeah.
Or Nene Leaks for the current incarnation. Yeah, all that.
All that.
Yeah, Rob's absolutely right. Alan Ludden is the man, for sure.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's such a simple concept, but it's a game anyone could play along with and play it for hours upon hours on end. Just trying to guess a word based on one worded clues. It's just a fantastic concept.
But you can't beat Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL. Good stuff there. Good stuff.
Yes, indeed. Whether it's Sean Connery or Burt Reynolds, all of that.
Current U.S. presidents. And there's like 5 categories. Current, not former U.S. presidents. Current U.S. presidents. Wasn't
so
one of them just
so
like,
proud of you, JV? You got this and many more. Purple Heart, Blue Heart, Purple Heart, Blue Heart. Yeah, the current U.S. presidents. I think my favorite Celebrity Jeopardy clue was continents, and it was an audio daily double. And the audio daily double was some sort of voice that just says Asia, and the clue was name the continent associated with this clue, Asia, and of course the.
Oh.
Have you watched the Celebrity Jeopardy that's on ABC with Mayim Bialik?
Oh, no. I have not.
I like it, but I don't like it.
I keep seeing news articles about her and a potential bid to host. That hasn't been locked in yet, has it?
No, the main show I think is Jennings, and then Mayim's doing the celebrity stuff. But what I don't like about the Celebrity Jeopardy incarnation is the fact that they changed the rules or the format of the games a little bit, and I wouldn't say a little bit, a lot. The game has a triple Jeopardy round now.
Triple Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. So they play 3 rounds and then they play Final Jeopardy. I guess they're trying to fill one game over an hour. So they just say, oh, we'll just make a 3rd round. We'll call it Triple Jeopardy and do it that way. So the Triple Jeopardy has 3 daily doubles, and basically it's to fill the hour. So they go 100 to 500 in single Jeopardy, 200 to 1,000 in double Jeopardy, and 300 to 1,500 in Triple Jeopardy. It's like, why? Why not just play 2 games?
Well, they haven't asked you. That's their first problem.
No, you're darn right. They didn't ask me, and I have an opinion on this.
No, you have the correct opinion on it.
Indubitably.
You got to think about it like that. Oh, Cherie's here. Hello.
We got Cherie joining us from Australia. Says howdy via family with a kiss and a hug. Howdy, Cherie, over on YouTube. Hope you are doing well this morning.
I had shrimp for lunch, so I was thinking of my Australian friends. Shrimp on the barbie. Only it wasn't shrimp on the barbie, but it was shrimp.
And the funny thing is, and back me up, Des and Cherie. I don't think they call it shrimp. They call it prawns. They call it prawns in Australia. That shrimp on the Barbie thing is a Paul Hogan 1980s sort of. That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Rob says, yeah, I only learned of Triple Jeopardy a few days ago, Matt. Though when I think triple, I think of a 3-bagger legged out of Paul Molitor stretching a double into a triple. So a 3-bagger.
I hear you.
And Cherie's saying, it's prawns. They call them prawns.
All right.
And she also says noise. And Noice, pronounced noise.
Noise. Oh, baby. Someone's eating shrimp tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. An advertisement for another YouTube stream or another live stream. I'll gladly put it up there. Michelle says that Steve Henry of the new Steve Henry Show is doing Shrimp on the Barbie tomorrow on his fine program, which is, I believe, Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Pacific. Check your local listings for time and channel in your area. Steve is doing it. He's doing Shrimp tomorrow. Be there.
Good.
See, got a live read in there and everything. Like I don't need a desk. I don't need a chair. I'll do this standing up. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm not fine.
Brought all your streaming equipment. What is the equipment you're using?
My imagination.
Obviously, well, you've got your laptop and your headphones. Do you have an external mic, or is it the mic of the computer?
No, I don't.
Okay. And then you don't have a stream deck. You're just pushing the buttons. Right?
I do not. And we have another guest. So let's get the mystery guest up on screen now. And we got Mr. Paul Burke, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Paul Burke.
Hey, what's going on? How are you guys doing?
Doing okay.
Doing good here. Not feeling the best, but I'm here, putting in the hours.
Dude, what's going around? Like, I was feeling like trash yesterday and better today, and I know
the whole country feels like crap. Everyone I know is dealing with something.
Everybody's going down with something. Yeah. So, how are you feeling, John?
Scared, but excited. Cherie says you definitely have a different backdrop. Have you moved?
Me?
I don't know.
No, I have a different angle. Maybe it's a little different angle. Same dark, shadowy confines.
I love those dark, shadowy confines.
I think she
My
was talking.
my brother-in-law came over to film some videos this week, and Kira was like, he goes for a much more like kind of like happy, lighthearted mood. So you should probably open up the curtains and turn on the lights. And I was like, yeah, that's true. We definitely have different vibes. So
Okay, I get it now. Sherry says he definitely has a different backdrop. Have you moved? And she was referring to me. No, JV, and then she says you. Sherry, I'm actually doing a remote this week. I'm actually in Portland, so I'm actually in a hotel room right now. I got nice stuff behind me and a cantankerous triceratops, but yeah, I'm doing this from a hotel room.
Did you carry a Rex onto the flight like a
I did
child might carry on a stuffed animal on a flight?
because that tradition doesn't get old year over year. That happened last
He
year
reserves
too.
a seat for Rex, so.
Oh,
Right.
that's a price joke. That's an expensive.
But the bad thing is, Rex is first class and John is coach. I don't know how that happens.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Boomax says hello. Boomax, that would be my mother over on YouTube. Hi, Mom.
Hi, JV's mom.
Hi, JV's mom. Boomax.
Boomax. Sheree
Is
says,
there a story behind that?
Hearts. My mom's nickname is Boo, and Max is the name of a dog that she had. So combine
Boo
the two,
minimum
you get Boomax.
Is that's not enough boo. She needs boo to the maximum.
Yeah, boo to the max. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
we don't settle for minimum.
Sheree's telling you not to be mean, Matt.
I'll try not to be mean. Was I being mean?
I don't think you are.
If I'm mean, it's mean because I love.
I love, and I'm mean. I'm mean because I love, you know.
I slap you around a bit because I love you.
That's right. You know, it's a love tap.
John, have you maybe you've talked about, if you've already talked about it, I apologize, I'm late. So if you talked about this, just tell me. What's your strategy in the run? Are you going to start late? Do you get to choose where you start? Like, how is it happening?
So that's a good question. I didn't go over this much. So let me paint the scene for you. Got to paint the scene now. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and paint the scene.
I looked at the course. It looks like a pretty course. Like it
is a beautiful course.
Yeah, you're running across the river. Gorgeous.
So the race is on Sunday at 7:10 Pacific, 7:10 a.m. Pacific. We are told to go to our respective corrals at 5:30. So an hour and a half before the race. And it's best to show up first so you get a pick of where you want to leave from the corral, of course. The corrals are basically set up in such a way that it's based on the pace that you think you're going to run in the race. Me, being very conservative, I'm saying 14, 15-minute mile. So I'm going with the walkers, right? So I'm taking very back of the pack.
Nice.
And everybody gets lined up that way. So it's not a mass start like you know from traditional marathons. Mm-hmm. Everybody's in corrals, and when the gun goes off, the corrals start moving. And first corral goes, second corral goes, third corral. Your time is based on when your chip on your bib crosses the start line versus where it crosses the finish line. That's the time that gets assigned to you, right? So it's not necessarily the clock for the race. It's based on when you cross the start line versus when you cross the finish line.
I had no idea it worked like that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's why the bibs have chips on them.
Wow. And they got a computer that can track all those hundreds and hundreds of chips crossing
hundreds and hundreds of chips going over hundreds and hundreds of checkpoints, which are being tracked across hundreds and hundreds of points that you can check on portlandmarathon.com. And I'll put the link up in post
nice.
show, I think.
I was going to ask about that if we want to track you on Sunday. That would be super
You know
awesome.
what? I was afraid to put this link up, but I know I'm in good company here. They're not gonna say anything bad about this. I'm just gonna put it up in a second.
Oh, do
So
they not share this link? Is this like
they
internal?
give it to the participants, and then it's up to us whether or not we want to share it.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm being a very brave man. I'm about to share it right here in the comments,
That's awesome, man.
and I'm asking of the kindness of my own heart. Please be nice. This is my first marathon. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm doing it for the children.
Who's going to be a jerk? What are they? We can't write to you while you're running.
No,
We
but
can't.
you can actually send me. You could actually send me comments, and it'll read it to me.
No way. During the
Oh, yeah.
run?
Oh yeah, it's a
Oh,
thing.
no. I would turn that off, my man. That would be.
Oh, then maybe I shouldn't do it. No, I won't do it.
I mean, I don't know. I would find it very distracting to read comments.
No,
Because
I can't read. I can't. It's going to. I'm using an app on my phone, and it's going to read the comments through my earpiece as I'm running.
Listen,
Wow.
I'm just going to keep typing nice ass and sending you. So it's just reading.
I'll send horrible dad jokes your way while you're trying to run it.
I'll if you want my link, I'll share it with you. Apparently I cannot do this now. I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to send you motivational stuff.
Like I can see plenty of bad things that can happen if you did that. I can't really visualize many good things. Like, what's the good use case for someone using this technology?
I guess motivational stuff.
There's a few people that have the link right now.
That
People
have
I
what?
work with on my team have the link. And I was going to put the link into this chat, but now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't do that. So I'm going to say this. If you want the link of me running, I will send you the link. Do it via, direct message on Facebook or YouTube, and just let me know, and I'll send you the link.
Okay.
We'll do it that way.
JV. How can this benefit you? I'm not getting it.
Well, it doesn't benefit me. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for my fine friends and family here.
How would it benefit another runner that isn't you?
Actually, Matt, it's a good question. It actually would benefit me because it's motivation. If I know that you're watching and you're sending comments, it might be enough for me to keep on running.
Because we'll send you comments, and then the comments will be read to you on the app. Is that what happens?
Yep.
That's very impressive. I mean, people just send you like very positive things, like you got this, keep going.
Yeah, I should bring up some comments as we're talking about the pros and cons of this.
But I could see some people trolling you, like saying like, rude. Yeah, I would send it to only like a select handful of people.
Sheree says, "I have faith you will surprise yourself, JV. Be amazing." I'll do the best I can. My goal is just to finish a thing, but Sheree, I thank you. I appreciate that.
What if someone wrote like, your car's on fire? It's just like horrible.
Michelle says, "I'm excited. I would cheer you on." Michelle, I will send you the link post show. Michelle is also warning me about my knees that have been pleasantly shot with cortisone 2 weeks ago. I think I will be okay.
If someone sent an emoji through the app, what would you hear? Would it speak the emoji name, or like I need to know the answer to that question?
No, I don't know what it would do. Honestly, I have no idea how it's going to transcribe that.
Because I would just send you the meat emoji because you're going to go to Fogo afterwards. So like that keep you.
Yeah, there's meat afterwards. And anyone else that's going to be in Portland rooting me on, there will be meat for you too. So just
perks.
Meat's on JV.
Trust you to ask that, Matt. Yeah, well, Matt asks the tough questions because he is the man who asks tough questions.
Someone's got to ask the tough questions,
Are the
I see a
tough?
void.
No, they're kind of wimpy, but he asks the tough questions.
Yeah, because I, don't give a flip.
Michelle said, "No, I was saying you have some incredibly attractive knees." Well, thank you, Michelle. appreciate that.
Look at that. I'm complimenting your butt. Michelle's complimenting your knees. Like,
hey, both of you know me real well. I will take either. And I'll take
And
both.
I'm contemplating your I'm complimenting your post-run meal.
See, nothing but love here. But no, it won't send comments.
I did like the triple donuts though. That was also a compliment for me as well. That's
there you go.
I'm pro triple donut.
Pro triple donuts. Pro gels. Pro Gatorade packs. Pro hydration. Not pro bananas, because if I can't find the pocket, I'm going to be running with a banana. We don't want to repeat that from Carrie, do we? So yeah.
Do they have rest stations pretty frequently, like every couple miles?
Every mile.
Dang, that's nice. That's really nice.
Sheree says, "Love makes the world go round." That's the truth, Sheree. Thank you. Michelle says we are all Team JV. Michelle, thank you, and I love you. Thank you for saying that.
JV, do you have a 6-hour song mix, or are we looking at 1 hour with a repeat? What are we doing?
I have a 6-hour song mix, but I only have AirPods that are good for about 3 hours before they conk out on me.
Got it.
So I might be making a trip over to Best Buy or Target either later today. Well, not tonight because I'm going to see Natalie Dawn, but I'll probably make a trip over to Target tomorrow before I go to the expo.
Smart.
Get some longer lasting AirPods or just earbuds.
Really smart. Yeah. Yeah, running 3 hours with nothing, that would be pretty exhausting.
Now, truth be told, there will be neighborhood cheering committees, and there'll be lots of music from what I read. So it's not like I'm going to be running in the desert. I'm going to be running in the middle of the forest. There are plenty of people, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, honestly, like everything I've heard, and like when Kira ran marathons and stuff, like just hearing the people like cheering is a huge like boost. Huge. So that's very cool.
I can rest assured there will be at least 5 times, maybe 10 times as many people rooting everybody on here in Portland than versus a small half marathon in Cary, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's a safe bet.
Except there won't be. No banana. I'm not doing that. Still have flashbacks.
Don't fall into that trap again.
Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. So Paul, what are you feeling over there? What's ailing you?
So horrible headache last night. That was just gross. I can't diagnose this exactly. My stomach, not great. I'll just leave it at that. Like I was not.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I better now, but yeah, just like when you eat something, your body's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to us? We don't want this." So,
we didn't sign up for this.
For you.
Yeah. So I don't know, those two headaches and stomach, that seems weird. Took a test, you know what I mean? A little swab. It's not that, at least according to that. So that's great. So yeah, but feeling better. So, hopefully it improves tomorrow. So we'll see.
I hope you feel better, man.
Thanks, man.
Matt, I don't know exactly how large of an issue it is over by you, but I hope you start feeling better too. You were talking about a headache before.
Yeah, I got some sort of stomach issue going on, and it was worse yesterday. It's not gone today, but it's not as bad. So I think I'm trending in the right direction. So
and our mutual friend, she's not feeling well either. She's ebbing and flowing. I hope it's Callie. We hope you feel better, Callie, for sure.
I think the whole country's in a funk.
Or it could just be the three of you, and I don't know exactly what's going on, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I've been on an hour. I think I'm going to jump off and rest and try and recover, try and make something out of this weekend. How about that?
Matt, you go get some rest, feel better, and I will catch up with you sometime before the weekend's over, probably after the race. Give you a time at least.
Sounds good. Good luck, my man.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
I'm rooting for you. Paul, always good, my friend.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen, and I should pretty much get rid of that box. There we go. Hey, got a little more real estate over here.
Look at that.
Yeah,
More of our
how you doing?
Hey. It's exciting. So what are you going to go see tonight? Who are you seeing?
I'm going to see Natalie Dawn, who is the lead singer of Pamplemousse.
Oh, I've heard that band before.
So she's playing over at Polaris Hall, about 3 miles away from here. She's doing a concert tonight at 8 o'clock. Looking forward to that. It's exciting that she's here when I'm here, so I'm looking forward to that concert. And then tomorrow's the expo. So tomorrow I get my bib.
Oh,
and then
nice.
Sunday's the race.
Very cool. Very
And then
cool.
Monday and Tuesday, Monday is walking around and hobbling around because I'll probably be just as good enough to do that. And then Tuesday, I think I might have enough energy to go over to the Japanese gardens.
Oh, cool. I was looking at those. That's awesome.
And then Wednesday, I fly home.
Very nice. That's awesome.
Marilyn's saying that the flu is starting to go around now. So you thinking it might be the flu?
I mean, if it is, that's great because I'll be good for the rest of the fall and winter. So maybe, maybe it is. That actually be pretty nice in a weird way. How are your knees feeling with the cortisol? Because I've heard cortisol is a great little shot. Like it really puts you in a good spot for a while.
It took a while. It took a while, Paul. But when I worked out this morning,
Yeah.
it felt really good, and I was able to like basically jog a little bit around town, down in Beaverton, which
Nice.
felt really good. It's like this feels right. This feels good. I don't want to jinx myself, but I feel at least confident about that. And then before I got my hotel room, which took like 3 hours because they're working on very limited staff right now, I was walking around Portland without much issue, which was great. But the other thing I'll say is, and this is a realization, there's a lot of coffee here. So I've had at least 3 or 4 coffees.
Okay. They're known for their coffee up there.
But you know me, it's not just a simple coffee, right? So the first coffee was a 6-shot iced Americano light ice. The second coffee was a 5-shot iced dirty chai almond milk latte light ice.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's.
And then the third one was a matcha, was an almond milk matcha.
Okay.
So that's tea, but that's still caffeine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You remember
I'm a bit wired right now.
You remember the movie The Mask where Jim Carrey is falling in love with Cameron Diaz because who wouldn't? And his tongue rolls out, but then also he pulls his jacket open and his heart is just beating wildly out of his chest. That's
you want me to check my heart rate? Let's do that.
Like your heart is beating wildly out of your chest.
Let me know in the comments what you think my heart rate is. I'll be doing this right now for you guys.
I'm gonna go 128.
Well, I usually have a resting heart rate of the high 60s, low 70s.
What?
My heart rate as of right now, I just get a full 30-second read here.
Do you really? It seems very impressive.
Oh, you should see what it was when I was back at 480. Okay, 71.
Wow, very nice.
So my heart is at 71 right now. It's about 10 north of what is normally. But that could also be nerves.
Yeah. Yeah, nerves because you had 11 shots of espresso.
And then, matcha. Some matcha as well. Just, take a little bit of the edge off.
Yeah. Take the edge off. Nice.
Of course, I was sharing this information with another member of this Venture for VF Talks family who loves coffee. And I don't think they have gotten back to me yet on how they would mitigate those 3 coffee beverages.
Boy, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you offset that.
But let's just be clear, it's Callie. Callie got me hooked on the dirty chai thing, and now
Dirty
that's my
chai's
yeah, dirty chai.
Yeah, dirty chais are really good.
Mm-hmm. Blonde dirty chai, almond milk latte, 5 shots, light ice.
That sounds pretty heavenly. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. While Paul is tending to some business, how's it going? How you doing? Okay, Paul's back.
Yeah, how's it going, chat? How are you guys doing? Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out, listening, well, showing up for JV and putting up with me. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
they love you.
Oh, stop
You
it.
you
Oh my,
you're a national treasure, Paul. I don't know what you're talking about.
oh my gosh. JV. Okay. Have you ever had those moments where you're trying to figure something out and then you eventually are able to solve the problem and your brain is like it's been struggling so long to do the thing, and then when it's solved you're like, I don't know, how do I live from this point on? Like, do you know what I mean? Like that, like big thing where it gets solved and you're like, this is wow.
Like you solved Fermat's last theorem, that sort of thing. Like, oh, that's it. My
What?
job's done. As a
So,
mathematician, I'm done. I don't need to continue further on this road.
what was the theorem called?
The third theorem of Fermat. It was a theorem that wasn't proven for a very long time.
Oh,
Fermat.
what does it prove?
I forgot.
Go on. Okay, of course.
That's how good of a student I was, right?
No, it sounded fancy. I was very impressed. So John, I'm going to tell you what I did, and you're going to be like, Paul, that's stupid. You wasted too much time. And I'll be like, you're probably right. And I'll show you later because I think I'm going to stream later to show. So it's easier. I'll show you later. This is not a shameless plug for my stream. That I don't care about. I'm just very excited. I want to talk to you about this thing. So, like, you know how you like to like people can like write in the chat, like people are writing in the chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out a way, John, where what people write in the chat can create a meme on my stream. So it freezes my photo, whatever it is currently, and then puts it in like one of those meme pictures. And then what they write becomes the meme phrase. It's so stupid. It's so fun. I can't wait to show you later.
Sounds like a very good application of stream elements and Python. Maybe a little hint of Java underneath it.
I think there's those things working. And boy, I was excited to finally put it all together. But it's super goofy and dumb, but
By the
there it
way,
is.
as I am one for completeness, I have to at least share this with the audience, and I'm not going to bring it on screen. Instead, I'd rather just read it, which will just blow you away. But the great theorem, also known as
Yeah.
Fermat's last theorem, is basically that no positive integers a, b, and c satisfy the equation an plus bn equals cn for any integer of value of n greater than 2. The cases n equals 1 and n equals 2 have been known since ambiguity to have infinitely many solutions.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. That just hits right.
Yeah, and so and when I say a to the nth plus b to the nth equals c to the nth, right? So
Of course.
no any value of n, any exponent greater than 2.
Sure. That makes, yeah, I'm glad we got some clarity on that. I'm glad we can all kind of
I hope you all feel better about that because, honestly, it's a thing.
Actually, after creating that meme, that was the next thing on my list. So I'm knocked up.
So Pierre de Fermat, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Just kind of take it all in. Not really like more like a review. I really wanted to make sure his works is correct. So that's what I was planning on doing. Just really reviewing it, diving in to the N's and the A's and the C's.
Yeah, because I know that you're always solving a to the nth plus b to the nth equals c to the nth. I know you're always doing that.
You know me. That's a Friday night, baby.
Uh, and then you play dangerous. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. So, but well, thanks for reading that. Appreciate it.
Anytime. I didn't read it well because I was just trying to. A couple of things were floating in the back of my mind. How do I read this in such a way that people can get through this really quickly and not care? And then, of course, I forgot to make the ends exponents, which was just,
Just
tired.
real.
Yeah.
Well, I was fascinated. I don't understand it,
Yeah.
but I know a little bit more now.
Cherie is babysitting right now. She says the babysitting duty calls. We'll check in with you later, JV. XO, back to you, Cherie. Glad you joined us this morning for you.
Is she over in this
Australia?
morning?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Got it.
I'm excited to go see Natalie Dawn tonight. I'm excited to jog 26.2 miles on Sunday, and I'm doing this. This is happening. So
You're gonna kill it, man. You're gonna do great, and just pace yourself. You know what I mean? It's your first time, so like just crossing that finish line is the biggest achievement ever.
this is the first time I'm going that distance intentionally. I did it unintentionally a month ago.
Oh, you did run a marathon already?
No, unintentional. So I was doing a long run, supposed to be a 20-mile long run, and I missed my turnaround point.
So you went 6.2 more miles?
Yeah.
You're just waiting for that good turnaround point, and you're like, hey, I'll get in 3.1 miles. That's the perfect spot for the next turnaround.
I got so lost in the last 3 miles. I was like, oh wait, that says 0.0. Oh crap. I missed my turnaround point.
How did it go? Were you able to? So it sounds
like I was crying. It was horrible.
Oh, okay. Were you really?
Honestly, I was walking maybe a light jog for the last, I would say, half of it. I had to stop a couple of times. I stopped at a Wawa to grab water because I ran out of water in my backpack. And it's along a trail, so there's no hydration stations or anything, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So there was that, and also my feet got beat up really bad, major scarring, skin, and all that stuff. Yeah, it was rough. A lot of chafing.
Yeah. How is your foot? Did you get new shoes that you kind of like broke in last week?
Yep.
Or
mm-hmm. Okay. I have a new pair of Sauconys. Just same model, but I beat the other ones most of this year, so it's a new pair. And I did break them in a little bit. Did a couple of long runs in them, so I'm ready for sure.
I'm having such flashbacks now because Kira used to run marathons a lot. So this all sounds very familiar. The shoes, getting everything ready. Do you have that Camelback?
I do.
For water? Yep. Camelback. That's classic. Love it. Smart move. That's good stuff.
I got a bladder that I will probably fill, but I won't fill it all the way because that thing will be very heavy in that backpack, the Camelback. So it's strategy as far as how filled do I want that bladder to be, knowing full well that if I drink way too much water too early, I'm going to be looking for a porta potty or looking for a place to relieve myself, because a bladder is a thing too, a real bladder, the bladder that's inside of you. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. You're at basically sea level, which will be great.
Yeah, there's some a little bit of elevation, but not terrible. There are 4 bridges that will be crossed, but it's not anything arduous. It's not like you think of your classical marathons. You think New York City, you think Boston, you think Chicago. and you think about the elevation challenges that are in those three, there are a couple of elevation challenges in Portland, but not as terrible as the other three. However, it is enough for the Portland Marathon to be a qualifier to Boston. So there is enough of a challenge that if you're willing to take that challenge, you will be challenged. But the way I'm going, I'm just looking to go 6 to 7 hours. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, for sure. What I had other questions about it. So, oh, the medal. What do they give you at the end? Medal? What do you get?
They give you a medal at the
Nice.
end for finishing. It's I think maybe a little bit nicer than the medal I got from Carrie. But yeah, you do get a medal for finishing the race. And
Nice.
they even said that even if you get escorted to the finish line, they will give you some sort of medal. But for finishing the race, they actually give you a medal for that.
Nice. It's always nice to walk away with a little bit of hardware.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
to like, oh, you put that in the back of your new set. Like you can kind of
You get hardware, you
Yeah.
get donuts, you get
Nice.
coffee.
Nice.
Who's to complain?
Yeah. You get that cool sense of camaraderie at the end where everybody's walking around and you all did the same thing and you all achieved the same thing. So you have that shared experience together. Whereas like everybody just kind of watching is like, they don't have that. They're on some level, it like binds all you guys together. It's very cool.
And it's good. As from what I've been told, there's a massive party at the end of this marathon. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
And now I'm going to eat all the meat. I'm eating all the meat.
All the meat. Yeah. That's awesome. That's very cool. Nice, man.
So now it's just a question of getting enough sleep. I don't know how I'm going to do that with the caffeine I consumed today. But getting enough sleep, going to get my bib, and just getting ready. Probably going to stop in at REI or something and pick up some stuff for my Camelback, my backpack, and just get myself ready. And then Sunday morning, really early, I'll wake up and I do this thing. And then I can say I finished a marathon.
From experience, I know when you check in and get your bib and everything, there are like tons of vendors there. So REI might even have stuff there you can just grab.
So there's a whole expo that I'm sure I'll be, basically persuaded to buy things, and maybe that'll be a place where I could buy a few things. But yeah, either go there or go to REI or whatnot to pick up, gels or whatnot. And there'll be plenty of gels on the race course anyway. So there's that. Michelle says, you are there. You got this. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Mom says, have a good night. Love you, John. Love you too, Mom. Thank you. Michelle says, make sure you have ample tunage. So I got to make sure I have earbuds that will last 6 to 7 hours and not give way.
It's a good point, Michelle.
Related to that, Mom says, enjoy the concert tonight. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's so sweet. Your mom's so nice.
My mom is very nice.
So, all right. When's the concert start?
Concert is at 8 o'clock. I will probably start getting myself ready. What time is it now? It's 4:45, 4:50. So I'll probably start getting ready within the next hour or so and make my way over, maybe grab a quick bite to eat, and then head over to Polaris Hall.
Cool. How are you feeling? That's time shift wise. You're good?
I love it. I'm made for Pacific time. This is a lot better for me.
Everything happens earlier over here. It blows my mind every time I'm over on the East Coast. Like sports go so late. It's crazy. I don't get it.
I think the only thing that is hard for me is the fact that things are played earlier. So my Yankees play at 4 o'clock and not 7, and that takes a while to get used to. But I like the fact that you actually have a little bit of a chance to grab coffee or go out for a walk after a game instead of going to bed at like 1 a.m. after the West Coast games when you live on the East Coast.
Yeah. So, well, cool, man. I'm glad you're liking it. It's a good place. Portland's a cool place.
Well, I'm enjoying it. Last year's trip was great. I'm enjoying this year's trip, and we'll see. We'll see how the marathon goes on Sunday. I really think this is going to be a start of a thing for me. I think,
Cool.
you know, provided that I don't, provided that I finish and I have a good experience, I don't see why I wouldn't. I could see myself doing it again next year and then add some more races in 2023.
That's awesome. You might get hooked and there are so many cool races out there. Marathon wise. So you should
There's
try.
actually a member of this audience that is looking to run the 2024 New York City Marathon, and part of that is running races in 2023 that can be a qualifier for the New York City Marathon in 24. New York City has a 9+1 system, so you have to run 9 New York City road running events, and then you qualify or are eligible to apply for the New York City Marathon. So I might
Okay.
take up that challenge.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Um, I don't know if the California one or the Sacramento one is a qualifier, but I know it's qualifier for Boston. And a lot of runners like it because it's like downhill
Mm.
for the majority of the run. So in the future, if you ever want to swing by Sacramento, it's a nice course.
I might take you up on that.
It's a good course. It starts up there by the river, goes all the way down or lake to river. It's a beautiful course.
Michelle says we are all behind you. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, share the link with me later. I'll support you. I'm not going to send you weird stuff while you're running, but I'll send you supportive stuff. 100%.
I know you won't do that, Paul. I know you
Yeah.
wouldn't. You might do it once. You might do it once.
I might do it once. I
Right.
might just to get out of the system. So, yeah. But
Well, Paul, feel better, man. I'm sad. I'm sad that you don't feel well, and everybody has a little bit of something right now. I hope all you start feeling better.
I I know when I popped on and Matt's like, "Yeah, I don't feel good either." I'm like, "What is going on?"
It's a clean sweep.
Yeah. But no, I'm feeling better. So I think tomorrow, I don't know, I'll feel better. Knock on wood. So yeah, but thank you. Yeah. And have a
Yeah.
great time at the concert tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll take plenty of pictures. It should be a really good time.
Awesome, man.
Michelle says, "Feel better, Paul. Get some rest with the heart."
Thanks. I will. That's my plan for tonight. Sleep.
Well, get some sleep, feel better. And what I'll do is I'll do what I normally do, put a bow on this, and call it a night. Talk about the show on Thursday, and then quick note: there won't be a VF Talks next week. We'll have an RVF Talks 2 weeks from now, but we'll talk about that in just mere seconds.
Cool. All right. See you guys.
Paul, take care of yourself. I love you, bro.
Love you too. Bye.
Paul Burke, Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen, incredible co-hosts, incredible friends. I'm really glad they were able to do the show tonight. As I am very glad that you were able to join us for VF Talks this evening. A quick note about next week. Next Thursday's episode may be pre-recorded, just warning you in advance. We might do it live, we might do it pre-recorded, but it will be on Thursday night. Thursday is the season premiere, the 5th season of Adventure Forward, episode 5.1, called Relapses. And we'll talk about what confines a relapse. What is the definition of a relapse? And then I will talk about a situation that took place with me about 3 weeks ago when I had a brief, and I mean brief, thank God, brief relapse with compulsive gambling. Not terrible. It was at most, I would say, $100. But nevertheless, it was a relapse for a behavior I said I would never do again. I fell victim to it because I was triggered. There are many triggers that happen. Doesn't make it any better of a situation. I ended up relapsing. So we'll talk about the triggers that are basically involved in relapse. We'll talk about that lapse of judgment, that sort of yearning to go back to a yesteryear for that temporary moment. In the case of something like gambling, it's that dopamine trip, right? We'll talk about that, but we'll also talk about ways you can treat that and the things you need to do when relapse is upon us. The thing is, in recovery, relapse is a thing. It happens. But the most important thing we can do is find it really quickly that it is indeed a relapse and treat it right away. That's why we talk about relapse plans. That's why we talk about our sponsors. That's why we talk about our therapists. That's why we talk about journaling. That's why we talk about meditation. And as I'll talk about on Thursday night, we're going to talk about energy work as well. I did some really interesting energy work with an energy therapist when all of this was going down. And that sort of work was incredible because it was hypnosis. Now, hypnosis is a bit of a controversial topic, but in the case of therapy, it actually helped me. And truth be told, it should be invoked more often. And it really gets a sort of questionable look within therapeutic circles, but hypnosis is very important. So we'll talk about all of that on the season premiere, the 5th season premiere of The Venture Forward. That'll be Thursday night at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. There will not be a VF Talks next Friday night. The next VF Talks will be 2 Fridays from now see, I got the times wrong. Rewind that. The first episode or the season premiere of Venture Forward is Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. The next episode of VF Talks is 2 weeks from now at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. You'll see it in the credits. The times are correct there. It's been a long couple of days. Of course, I get the times screwed up. You'll see that, and we will talk about relapse on Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Some final comments. Michelle says, interesting, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to giving that talk and really talking about the things I had to basically cross to move myself forward from it. We are always battling it, but to realize that something's going on is the most important thing, and then acting upon it and treating it is part and parcel for what we do. So I'm looking forward to that story on Thursday night for sure. But until then, have a wonderful weekend. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. I love you all. We'll see you next week, next Thursday night, 8 p.m. for the next episode of The Venture Forward season premiere. Fly, be free.